Hello, beautiful people. Happy Sunday or Monday or whenever you're watching this. It is the last day of Black History Month, and I wanted to give reviews for these couple of movies while, the month was still going on. I did my United States vs. Billie Holiday review yesterday, and today I'm doing my review of Judas and the Black Messiah, starring Lakeith Stanfield, Daniel Kaluuya, Dominic Fishback. It is about the story of an FBI informant infiltrating the Black Panther Party in Chicago and basically leading the takedown of Fred Hampton. It is based off a actual person. I did not know who Fred Hampton was until the casting was announced for Daniel playing him in the movie. This was a prominent Black figure that has not had his story told, and we get to hear it and see it through, this amazing cast. First off, I just want to say Lakeith and Daniel did an amazing job. Lakeith, he's notable for being in numerous acting roles. With this role, he portrayed someone that basically was betraying his people and thought he was doing the right thing. He was basically trying to save himself, when in actuality, he felt like he was betraying, someone that he grown accustomed to, someone he trusted as a friend. And you get to see Daniel Kaluuya play Fred Hampton, someone who just wanted to have better for people. He was somebody who wanted to bring people together and have basically a unity between people. During the film, you see Fred Hampton as someone who is seen as a messiah. He's speaking the truth and emotions of people. This is in 1969. This was right after Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X were assassinated, and Fred Hampton was feared and seen as a villain by the federal government and the FBI. If you hear the name J. Edgar Hoover, it might be familiar because he was in charge of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics that worked to take down Billie Holiday. So J. Edgar Hoover was real active in trying to take down a lot of prominent Black figures. There's debate on whether or not to rename the building after him. That's for another video discussion. But with Daniel, he brought a lens to the person that was Fred Hampton as someone who just wanted to do better for the community. People try to villainize the Black Panther Party, but in actuality, it was a organization that cared to help Black people. They were building clinics. They had breakfast programs for kids, educating programs after school. They wanted to help the community in Chicago. They brought different communities together. They brought different gangs to unify together. And you can't help but think what would have happened, if he did not, die and the groups were able to stay together and help better Chicago. You think, what place would the city have been? I also want to talk about the supporting cast. Dominique Fishback as Deborah Johnson, Fred Hampton's fiance. We get to see, the love that they have together and basically how that grew in a short amount of time. They were expecting a child, and Deborah is kind of that, not the Achilles heel, but someone that can break down Fred's wall. Because a lot of time when you're a leader of something and you're dealing with very tough situations, you have to be strong. You have to have a shield around yourself. And I feel like Deborah Johnson took down that shield with Fred and was able to kind of unleash a softer side. And I think Dominique Fishback did a really great job. I remember seeing her the first time in The Hate U Give, so I'm glad that she was able to play this role. Deborah Johnson is still alive today, as well as Fred Hampton Jr. They're still telling a story. They are, spearheading this movie. I'm sorry, y'all, I can't make words today. But, also Algie Smith. He plays one of the members of the Black Panther Party. He did a really great job as, showing this man who was a young kid that, was part of the fight. And, the stuff that happened with his character was, really, heartbreaking to see. But he was able to show someone that had, was still learning, wanted justice for his friend. And it's a lot of young people now. They want, answers. They want actual change. And, they keep, wanting to become of peace, and sometimes that peace ends up cultivating into, you have to get it by force. And that's a lot of us right now with the current state of the country. We keep fighting, and, we decided, okay, we're not going to peacefully talk now. We're going to go out and march and protest. It's different than what it was back then